Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the YouTube channel. I am still getting used to my intro, so bear with me. Anyway, today I wanted to talk to you about a super amazing, like, turbo booster when it comes to having a writing career. Like, full stop. I am not kidding. No hyperbole. This is like a super, super amazing thing. It kind of reminds me of, so I'm not a video game person, like not today's video games. I am a 2D, they look like little blocks and they run across the screen. That's the kind of video game I like. I'm talking original Mario, original Sonic. Crash Bandicoot is like the one game that I can handle that's not just totally like this across the screen. But anything else, like my brother, he is a big time gamer, and he let me play Fortnite, which I failed at, some kind of army game which I failed at, and another thing which I failed at because I don't know how to use it. Like I literally get stuck. Inevitably, I get stuck and I'm like looking at the sky. It's very bad, and then I just quickly die thereafter. So I don't like the new video games, but there is one that is like okay, and that is Mario Kart. Mario Kart is fine. It's not my favorite, but I don't like if someone asks me to play it, I'll give it a whirl, like maybe once or twice. But in Mario Kart, there is a moment where Mario or Princess Peach or whoever you're choosing, mine is Yoshi. Like, I love that little dude. He's the guy that I play. So, um, you're in the car and then you hit like those little arrows on the ground and it like shoots you forward. And you're just like, ah, yes, speed, momentum, I'm winning. You know what I mean? And that is how I feel when I say that this thing I'm about to talk about is like having that speed arrow on the ground for you to go whoom and you just race past the competition, race past your original time. Like, it's amazing. Are you ready to learn what that thing is? Do you have any guesses? Drop it in the comments. Not that this is live. I can't wait to actually have lives on this channel, so please be sure to subscribe because I think to go live, I need a certain amount of subscribers and I need a certain amount of watch time, I think, or upload time. I don't know. I'm brand new to this whole thing. So just subscribe though, because I can't hurt. Anyway, you know what the thing is? The thing that just makes you just go into your momentum, helps you just like pull ahead. It's a community. I know. I know it's a community. It's that simple and it's that powerful. And I don't mean you have to have a a whole battalion of writers in your corner. I just mean one, two, three, like a small group of writers who just get it. They get the work. They get the annoyances and heartbreak and frustrations and hopes and wonderful moments of that work, who get it with what you're going through. I say that, it's kind of like if you are a swimmer and you should have like other people in your life, like for real, even as an author too, we should have all sorts of people in our lives, people who care about us and we can trust. But here's the thing is like to take it back to the swimmer thing. If you're a swimmer and you have like no other swimmer friends and you are in the pool and all of a sudden you get a little too far, you swim out and the deep end kind of just goes like this and you're like, "Oh gosh, I can't like put my toes down on the ground anymore." And you start flailing. Like all those people on the sides, they are great to have around, but they don't know how to hop in those waters. They don't know how to like help you out. They can shout encouragement. They can say, keep going, you got this, we believe in you. But ultimately, they just don't know how to tread that water, how to dive in. And you need people who are swimmers to help you out. You need people who understand how the waves and the water works and how you work within the waves and the water. And those are the people, like to take it back to writers, those are the people you need as well. Like, yes, be surrounded by all sorts of people. But when the current gets going, when the waves get high, and you're just like, crap, another rejection or more silence, or I really thought this book series would be the thing that brought me in money enough to quit my day job. And the people who don't get writing, the writer's life, the ups and downs of it, might say, "Yeah, that stinks. I guess that's your sign to quit." And it's just like, "Oh gosh, no. Like you need writer friends to say, "Yeah, that sucks, but you know what? Like let's adjust your marketing. Let's adjust how you're posting or let's adjust your query letter. Let's make sure you're querying to the right agents with the right genre." Like I worked with this one girl and she was amazing and she's now one of my really good friends. And her query, um, I think it was fantasy. She was putting her story under the umbrella of fantasy. And I read it and I was like, girl, this is sci-fi. Like there is a difference. And when she started querying to sci-fi, she got an agent. And so that's what I mean about having writers in your life, people who are writers, people who are in the water with you, who have braved those storms and know that, like, it's not, it might feel like you are getting just splashed on over and over again, but you're actually not drowning, you're just in it. It might feel like your ship has holes in it and you're going down, but it's not. This is actually just a part of being in the query trenches. Like it's the people who, again, know how to ride those waves and how to get in there with you and say, you're not alone, you're okay, like let's keep going and let's keep going strategically. Let's keep going with intention. Let's maybe pivot your strategy to get your book in front of people because you worked too damn long and hard on it to just let it die and wither away. And so when I say this can turbocharge your momentum, if you can find the right group of people, the right writers, because some writers, I would say 99.99999% of the writing community is the most awesome people you will genuinely ever meet in your life. Seriously. But there's always like that sliver who are a little more competitive, egotistical, who might just like steer you wrong because of their own like ego talking insecurities. Those people I don't want you to be with. Those people, like, yeah, they will tell on themselves, so don't worry about that. What I mean by the right people is people who are just like, you know, they know what you're going through. They've been in it or they're currently going through it. They're compassionate people, they're non-judgmental, like people you can just trust and have fun with and like tell your like your big dreams to. And so sometimes that can be hard to find, especially since Twitter kind of collapsed or X or whatever. I still kind of call it Twitter. But if you are looking for a space, I highly encourage you come on into mine. I'm actually running right now something called Booked and Busy Spooky Season Edition. And do I love that title? Yes, I do. I love it. It came to me one night and I was like, yes, this is perfect. And it is just a small cohort, like a 12-person group, and we are locking in. I mean locking in for the next 6 weeks. We start Monday, the 15th, and we are just going to write and share and dream big and cheerlead on. And I'm even going to teach my new methodology, Future You Now. And it is probably one of the best things I've ever created. And it is actively changing my life as we speak. I mean, I'm on YouTube now. Like, I've wanted to be on YouTube since 2015 and I'm on it now. So I'll go more into that later. But my point is that find people, find your community. And I know writing is like that solitary endeavor. I know that. Like you can't, we're not in a band, we're not riffing, we're not a bunch of actors, we're not improvising together. But it's not so solitary that you can't be like, wow. I'm having a rough day. Um, I feel like it's squeezing water from a stone. This character just won't do what I want. Call your writer bestie, call your group, DM them and be like, anyone else having trouble with this, or am I just going nuts? And you will get a chorus of people saying, nope, me too. I've been there too, and this is what helped me. So a writing group not only can help you with ideas and can help you like just pull answers out of you, but it's just to me and the bigger highlight and advantage of a great writing group is that it makes you feel less alone. It helps put things into perspective. Like, hey, like, with my friend, with that, she was a student and became a friend. It was like, I'm getting no's left and right on this query letter. And all we had to do, change it from YA to sci-fi, and that opened doors. So a great writing group can put it in perspective, can help you put seeming bad stuff and pivot intentionally to then be like, oh, okay, it wasn't personal. I just literally had branched it under the wrong umbrella. Uh, Branched it under the wrong umbrella. I think that's an expression. But a writing group can also just be there to listen. Like sometimes, most times, you should not vent online. You just shouldn't. So instead, vent to your writing group, vent to the people who understand that someone accused you of using AI for your cover, and you're just like, I just hired someone and they said it was not AI. And you can have those conversations. You can have that kind of, you're being seen, you're being listened to, you're being heard, and you don't have to just spew things out alone online that you might later regret. You can have a writing group say, you know what, before you post that, why don't we just like lower the temperature? Why don't we talk about it? Or conversely, they can be like, you know what, no, you need to stick up for yourself. You hired someone who like erroneously or deceptively marketed themselves. You should stick up for yourself and nip this in the bud before it gets so big that you can't. So that's the great thing about a writers group. And like I said, I have one going on. When you watch this, I think this uploads on it's September 10th right now, so it should upload today. But anyway, we start Monday, we go all the way through spooky season, and we're going to have a great time. I personally love leading these cohorts. It is my happy place. So I would love to have you. So you can check it out. The link is in the description. So yeah, there's only 12 though. So come on in, bring a friend. I'm capping it at 12 just so then everyone has time. Everyone has FaceTime, and we get to know each other. We get to ask each other questions, and we just get to be human with each other and not just some screen name, and we never get to talk. Also, I want you to have time to ask your questions and to, speak and not just be another face in a crowd. And that is why I'm capping it at 12. It is high productivity, high accountability, and so I gotta be honest, I danced for a lot of my life from the age of like, I think it was 7 until 15, 16, something like that. 7 until maybe 16 or 17, around that time. But I was one of those people. I worked hard, make no mistake. I mean, I worked hard enough to be a part of a world reigning baton team. So we were called the Modernettes, and I loved it. Um, I'll tell you that story another time, another day. But like, make no mistake, I'm saying that to show you I worked very hard. However, I kicked it up several notches when the teacher stood in front of me and watched me do the dance move. Like she would like we would be just in rows of students, right? And she would just like sometimes, stand there in front of everyone and watch, and then sometimes she would walk in front of every single girl and stop and watch you do it and just assess you, tell you to make like one or two adjustments, watch you again, and then walk away. And it was like, to me, I loved it. It was thrilling. It was like, okay, the pressure's on. And I gotta tell you, when I knew she was watching, whether she was standing in front of me or not, I just pushed myself that much harder. And so I also know the power of just attention and expectation. When you have people whose attention is on you, when you know that, hey, you have people who are expecting you to write, not just write, but expecting you to check in and say, yeah, I got my homework done. I reached my deadline. Like that shit works wonders when it comes to pushing yourself to just work a little harder, break through a barrier just with that much more strength and consistency. And so that's my goal with my whole booked and busy group. It is, let's just work that much harder. Let's just lock in and go. And I want you to basically accomplish more in the next 6 weeks than you have all the previous year. Because I got to tell you, I have been so busy. I have had so many things happen, including about a month long stay in the ICU for my cat, my baby Perseus Catson. He got very sick, and it was most of the month he was in the ICU of July, and then most of the month of August it was at home, constant care, and I mean constant. I don't regret it. I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining. Like I would do it all again. Like hopefully I never will, but if it needed to be done, I would do it all again because he's my baby. But anyway, my own writing has personally not gotten to the point I wanted it to be by now. And it's just like, yeah, I am ready to lock in spooky season style and just go, go, go because I want to finish this year strong. Now, I have something special planned for like the holiday season, but this is spooky season and I love spooky season. So, we're going to really go. It's going to be about momentum, productivity, accountability, meeting great new people, and of course, validation, expectation, and attention. This is like a recipe for just going. And that's what I want you to do. So, the link for that is in the description. But whether you work with me and join the spooky season booked and busy cohort or go somewhere else, I just cannot stress to you enough how vital it is to have writers in your life, even if it's just one or two people, even if it's just one or two people, even if it's just one. Right now, I am so lucky that I have a nice, tight group of writer friends, and I am very much a part of the writing community as a whole. But I gotta tell you, I went at it alone for many years, and those were the years that I felt the most vulnerable and failing. And then I got my writer friends, and I'm just like, yeah, this is night and day difference with how I approach my work, my own creative process, my own like little, I call them the little gremlins in my head that say, hey, don't, don't write that, it's too weird, or hey, don't write that, someone else has, it's already been done. Writing friends, like that gets I'm not saying it never comes up, but when it does, it's just so much easier to toss away because a great writing group and writer friends will give you that perspective and they will say, I think you're overthinking this a lot. And is it because maybe you're just a little bit frightened of the work? I mean, it's been game changing for me. So, again, booked and busy spooky season starts October 15th or September 15th and runs through October. It's a great time. Check it out. And I really, really hope to see you inside and officially meet you. So, I will talk to you and see you in the next video. Bye.